Our next option is dock settings. There's lots of tools here. I will explain them all. Use annotation scale for single line fittings. What is the application of this? If you activate this checkbox, what will happen? By changing the scale, I use the course for this. If I change the scale to 1/8, my fitting size will change. My elbow, I mean, for example, I use 1 like this. I want to prevent the diameter by changing the scales. I uncheck this checkbox, and after that I try to draw. If I do this by changing the tolerance, it is changing, but I select duct, I use create similar or CS shortcut. I try to draw this duct. The checkbox is unchecked now. If I change this, the fittings, all the parts, if I uncheck the checkbox and I try to draw, will never change. Our next option is duct fitting annotation size. I will change this when I want to change the duct fittings. I mean this fitting. If I change the amount to 132, the size has changed. I check this checkbox and I 1/8 air density for air is good amount, air dynamic viscosity, and it will affect in the calculation in the next parts. Rectangular duct size separator. What is this? When you use tags, for example, okay, I try to create some tags. I will explain creating tags in the next trainings. I select tags and move them. I go to here. It's leader. I uncheck the leader. Like this. It is circle. It is oval. Different types. We have all three types. We can see all the changes overall here. I try to smaller this window. These settings is for the situation when you want to adjust the rectangular tags. If I change this sign to column, okay, all amounts are changed and it returns to its default. Next option is rectangular duct size suffix. For example, I use space just for seeing. I use capital R, and for prefix I use Q for this. Anything you want, like this. The prefix was for the round type. Those was for rectangular. These are for round types. Q. Suffix. This is the suffix. And if you want, you can remove them all. And duct connector separator. And why we using this? When you want to use tag for your connection, I click on this. There is no tag loaded for duct fittings. Do you want to load one now? From the annotations folder, mechanical, duct fitting tag, open, like this, click. This is my tag. You can activate the leader. This dash is available there and means as a separator between two dimensions. And we are here. Next option is oval duct size separator. I use a slash. You can add suffix for them. For example, O. I return to this window again. Our next option is duct rise drop annotation size. For example, it is applicable when you go up or down for rising or dropping. I will explain this again, and these options will explain in the publication section and what's the meaning of them. We go to the next section.